You're standing at the edge of a research vessel in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. The water is calm, almost too calm. Suddenly, a shadow passes beneath your ship. Something massive, something that makes a great white shark look like a minnow in comparison. This isn't science fiction, my friends. Recent evidence has the scientific community buzzing about what could be the discovery of the century, signs pointing to the existence of a creature we thought died out millions of years ago, the legendary Megalodon. Today, we're talking about the most compelling evidence and recent discoveries that have researchers questioning everything we thought we knew about this prehistoric apex predator. But before we plunge into these revolutionary findings, let's understand what makes this discovery so extraordinary. The name Megalodon comes from the Greek words meaning big tooth, and big they certainly were. Traditional fossil records show teeth larger than a human hand, some measuring up to 7 inches in length. Based on these fossils, scientists initially estimated that megalodons could grow up to 18 meters in length. But this new discovery suggests something even more amazing. A specimen potentially reaching 30 meters, nearly twice the size of previous estimates. But here's where things get really interesting. For decades, the scientific consensus held firm that Megalodon went extinct approximately 2.6 million years ago. This theory, however, is being challenged by a series of remarkable discoveries that suggest these magnificent creatures might have survived much longer than we originally thought. And some evidence even hints at their possible continued existence. Let's examine the evidence that's causing such a stir in the marine biology community. In 2023, during a deep-sea exploration mission in the Pacific Ocean, researchers discovered something unprecedented. Using advanced sonar technology and underwater mapping systems, they detected an anomaly, a massive organic signature unlike anything previously recorded. The size and movement patterns were consistent with what we would expect from a massive shark, but the scale was off the charts. Dr. Sarah Martinez, the lead marine biologist on the expedition, explains, "What we encountered defies conventional understanding. The sonar readings showed a creature approximately 30 meters in length with a body mass that would dwarf any known marine species alive today. The movement patterns and anatomical structure, as far as we could detect, were remarkably similar to what we would expect from a megalodon." But this isn't the only evidence causing waves in the scientific community. Recent carbon dating of megalodon teeth found in deep-sea sediments has yielded some startling results. While traditional dating methods placed these fossils at millions of years old, some specimens have been dated to as recent as 10,000 years ago. This revelation comes from a discovery similar to the historic HMS Challenger finding of 1875, where megalodon teeth were found near Tahiti. Dr. James Peterson, a paleontologist specializing in marine predators, states, "These newer findings force us to reconsider our timeline of megalodon's extinction. If these creatures survived until 10,000 years ago, it opens up the possibility that small populations could have persisted in deep ocean environments we haven't fully explored. The ocean's vast depths remain largely unexplored, with scientists estimating that we've only mapped and studied about 5% of our oceans in detail. This fact alone lends credibility to the possibility of large marine species existing undetected. Consider the case of the giant squid, long considered a sailor's myth until its official discovery in the early 2000s. If a creature as large as the giant squid could evade scientific documentation for so long, couldn't a population of megalodons do the same? But the evidence doesn't stop there. Modern technology has provided us with unprecedented insights into the ocean's depths. Satellite tracking of whale migrations has revealed unusual patterns that some researchers attribute to the presence of large predators. Several pods of whales have been observed making dramatic course changes, avoiding certain deep ocean areas that should be prime feeding grounds. Marine biologist Dr. Rebecca Chen notes, "These behavioral patterns are reminiscent of predator avoidance strategies. The whales are deliberately avoiding certain areas, and it's not due to human activity or known predators like orcas. Something else is out there, something big enough to frighten even the largest whales. Perhaps one of the most compelling pieces of evidence comes from recent underwater footage captured by deep-sea research vehicles. In 2024, a research submarine operating at depths of over 3,000 meters captured something extraordinary. A massive shadow moving across its cameras, accompanied by a pressure wave that temporarily disrupted the submarine's stabilization systems. The size of the creature, estimated through comparison with known reference points, suggested a length of between 25 to 30 meters. This footage, while not conclusive, has sparked intense debate in the scientific community. Some researchers argue that the pressure wave and size estimates are consistent with what we would expect from a megalodon, while others suggest it could be an unknown species of deep-sea shark that evolved convergently to fill a similar ecological niche. The question that naturally arises is, how could such a large predator sustain itself in today's oceans? The answer might lie in the deep-sea ecosystem. The discovery of whale falls, dead whales that sink to the ocean floor, has shown that the deep ocean contains far more biomass than previously thought. These massive food sources could potentially sustain a population of large predators that rarely need to venture into shallower waters. Dr. Martinez explains, "The deep ocean is a world of its own, with unique food webs and ecological relationships we're only beginning to understand. A large predator could theoretically survive by feeding on deep-sea whale falls, giant squid, and other large marine organisms that inhabit these depths." The implications of this discovery extend beyond mere scientific interest. If confirmed, the existence of living megalodons would revolutionize our understanding of marine ecosystems and evolution. It would also raise important questions about ocean conservation and the protection of deep-sea habitats. However, skepticism remains in the scientific community, and rightfully so. Dr. Michael Thompson, a prominent marine paleontologist, cautions, "While the evidence is intriguing, we need to maintain scientific rigor in our investigation. Many alleged megalodon sightings have been debunked in the past, and we need to be certain we're not letting our excitement cloud our judgment." The search continues, with research teams worldwide now focusing their efforts on the deep ocean regions where these mysterious signatures have been detected. Advanced underwater drones, equipped with high-resolution cameras and sophisticated sensing equipment, are being deployed to gather more evidence. But perhaps the most compelling argument for the possibility of megalodon survival comes from our own limited knowledge of the oceans. New species are discovered regularly in the deep sea, some of which have existed unchanged for millions of years. The coelacanth, a prehistoric fish thought to have gone extinct 66 million years ago, was famously discovered alive in 1938, proving that ancient species can survive undetected for millions of years. The potential discovery of living megalodons raises fascinating questions about evolution and adaptation. How would these creatures have evolved to survive in deeper, colder waters? What adaptations might they have developed over millions of years? These questions drive researchers to continue their investigation, pushing the boundaries of our understanding of marine life. It's important to remember that science is an ever-evolving field. What we know today might be completely transformed by tomorrow's discoveries. The possible existence of living megalodons reminds us that our oceans still hold countless mysteries waiting to be unraveled. The next time you look out over the ocean's vast expanse, remember that beneath those waves might swim living legends, creatures we thought were lost to time. As research continues and technology advances, we may soon have definitive proof of what could be the most significant marine discovery in human history. Until then, the search goes on, and the mystery of the Megalodon continues to capture our imagination and drive scientific exploration into the unknown depths of our oceans. Who knows? The next big discovery could be just beneath the surface, waiting for the right moment to reveal itself to the world. Remember, as we've learned from history, absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. The ocean's depths still hold secrets we're only beginning to understand, and the possible existence of living megalodons might be the greatest secret of all. This is more than just a story about a prehistoric shark. It's a reminder that our planet still has the capacity to surprise us, to challenge our assumptions, and to remind us that the age of discovery is far from over. As we continue to explore and study our oceans, who knows what other ancient creatures might be waiting to be discovered in the vast, mysterious depths of our blue planet. The Noasaurus, a 110 million year old armored dinosaur, is often called a prehistoric tank, and for good reason. Measuring 18 feet long and weighing nearly 3,000 pounds, this incredible creature was discovered in such an extraordinary state of preservation that it still looks almost lifelike. But how did this ancient giant remain so perfectly intact? Let's uncover the fascinating story behind one of the most remarkable dinosaur fossils ever found. The unexpected discovery of Noasaurus. The unexpected discovery of Noasaurus. The story of prehistoric preservation begins with an unexpected discovery in 2011 that revolutionized our understanding of dinosaur fossils. Sean Funk, operating heavy machinery at the Millennium Mine in northern Alberta, noticed an unusual rock that stood out from the surrounding industrial mining landscape. This wasn't just any fossil, it was a Noasaurus, a 110 million year old armored dinosaur preserved in stunning detail, marking one of the most significant paleontological discoveries of the century. The specimen measured 18 feet from nose to tail, weighing approximately 3,000 pounds, and unlike most fossils that are flattened by time and pressure, this one maintained its three-dimensional form in an unprecedented state of preservation. The discovery process took several weeks of careful excavation, with paleontologists meticulously removing layers of surrounding rock to reveal the specimen's remarkable features. The preservation was so exceptional that scientists could identify its coloring, a dark reddish-brown upper body fading to lighter shades below, thanks to surviving pigmentation in the fossilized skin. This level of preservation provided scientists with an unprecedented opportunity to study not just the creature's anatomy, but also its appearance and potential behavior patterns in its ancient environment. The science behind Noasaurus preservation. The remarkable preservation of this Noasaurus reveals an intricate story of ancient processes that occurred over millions of years. Scientists believe the dinosaur entered a river, possibly during a flood or while escaping predators, initiating a complex sequence of events that would lead to its exceptional preservation. Its body drifted for about a week before sinking to the seafloor, where the impact stirred up sediment that created a protective cocoon, shielding it from the typical deterioration that affects most organic matter. The precise environmental conditions at the time played a crucial role. The depth of the water, its chemical composition, and the lack of oxygen all contributed to this remarkable preservation. Over millions of years, minerals seeped into every pore and crevice through a process called permineralization, preserving not just the bones, but also the armor plates, scales, and even internal organs in extraordinary detail. The sediment layers that accumulated above the specimen provided the perfect amount of pressure to maintain the three-dimensional structure without crushing it. This delicate balance of conditions created what scientists consider a perfect preservation environment, something rarely seen in paleontology. This specimen now resides at the Royal Tyrrell Museum in Canada, providing an unprecedented window into the Cretaceous period and revolutionizing our understanding of how exceptional fossils can form. The most complete T-Rex. The summer of 1990 marked another surprising moment in paleontological history, when Sue Hendrickson encountered scattered bone fragments in South Dakota that would lead to an extraordinary discovery. These fragments led to Sue, the most complete Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton ever found, revolutionizing our understanding of these apex predators. The skeleton's completeness, 73% of the original bones, including 250 of the 360 known T-Rex bones, made it an invaluable scientific resource that continues to provide insights decades after its discovery. The excavation process itself was a remarkable feat of scientific precision, taking over 17 months to carefully remove and document each element of the skeleton. 7 years after its discovery, Sue sold for a record-breaking $8.3 million at auction, sparking intense debates about the commercialization of important scientific specimens. The massive price tag, however, ensured that Sue would find a permanent home at Chicago's Field Museum, where a team of specialized scientists and conservators worked to maintain and study the specimen. The skeleton's exceptional preservation has allowed researchers to identify previously unknown aspects of T-Rex anatomy,
including evidence of healed injuries that provide insights into the creature's lifestyle and behaviors. Beyond its scientific value, Sue has become an ambassador for paleontology, inspiring millions of museum visitors to engage with prehistoric science. Blue Babe, the prehistoric feast. The preservation of ancient life extends beyond dinosaurs, as demonstrated by the remarkable discovery in Alaska that changed our understanding of Ice Age preservation. In 1979, a 50,000-year-old bison, nicknamed Blue Babe, emerged from the permafrost, its muscle tissue and fat so well preserved that it appeared almost fresh upon discovery. The specimen's remarkable state of preservation included intact skin, muscle fibers, and even blood vessels, providing unprecedented insights into Ice Age mammals. What made this discovery particularly unique was paleontologist Dale Guthrie's unconventional decision to conduct an extraordinary culinary experiment. In 1984, Guthrie prepared a stew using the ancient bison's neck meat, creating perhaps the oldest cooked meal in human history. The meat, preserved by the constant freezing temperatures of the permafrost, showed minimal signs of decomposition due to the anaerobic conditions and low temperatures that had maintained its integrity for millennia. The resulting dish produced an edible meal that participants described as tasting remarkably like ordinary beef stew with subtle undertones of earth and mushrooms. This remarkable experiment not only demonstrated the effectiveness of natural freezing as a preservation method, but also provided valuable insights into the chemical and biological processes that allow organic matter to remain stable over vast periods. The success of this unusual experiment sparked new discussions about the potential of studying ancient organic materials and their preservation mechanisms. Ancient preservation techniques. Our ancestors developed unique preservation methods of their own. Hunter-gatherers 11,000 years ago discovered that submerging mammoth meat in cold ponds created natural refrigeration. The combination of frigid water, low oxygen levels, and specific bacteria slowed decomposition, allowing meat to remain eatable from autumn through winter. Scientists have validated this method through experiments with modern meat samples, demonstrating the effectiveness of these ancient preservation techniques. Dakota, the mysterious mummy. Dakota, a dinosaur mummy found in North Dakota, changed how scientists understand fossilization. Found in a humid area, Dakota's skin stayed remarkably well preserved, showing scales and patterns never seen before in similar fossils. Scientists once believed fossils couldn't stay intact in wet environments, but Dakota proved otherwise. Tiny scavengers played a key role by creating holes in the carcass, letting fluids drain and the skin dry before it could rot. Larger predators also helped by eating muscles and organs but leaving the skin untouched. This unique combination preserved the skin's incredible details. Dakota gave scientists new insights into dinosaurs and revealed surprising ways fossils can form. Yucca, the frozen mammoth. In 2010, scientists found a woolly mammoth named Yucca on the icy shores of the Laptov Sea. Yucca, about 35,000 to 39,000 years old, was so well preserved it looked like it had only recently frozen. What made this discovery amazing was the presence of liquid blood in its tissues, which challenged what scientists thought about how long blood and other materials could last. Yucca's body was so well preserved that scientists could study not only its outer features, but also its organs and cells in great detail. This discovery led to new plans to combine mammoth DNA with Asian elephant DNA to create hybrids that could survive in cold environments. These hybrids might also help protect the Arctic by grazing on grasslands, slowing permafrost melting and reducing the effects of climate change. Yucca also gave scientists clues about how mammoths lived, adapted to harsh conditions, and interacted with predators and their environment. Amber, nature's time capsule. The preservation of ancient life also appears in amber, nature's time capsule. Tree resin has preserved insects, small animals, and plant matter in extraordinary detail for millions of years. The process requires precise conditions. Resin must reach the ground, avoid destruction, and undergo proper burial and pressurization to become amber. These golden preserves provide unprecedented details about ancient life, from the structure of insect wings to the coloration of prehistoric feathers. Ancient waters and modern science. Scientists continue to make fascinating discoveries about ancient preservation. In 2013, researchers found a pocket of water 1.5 miles beneath Canada's surface, dating back 2.6 billion years. Unlike drinkable glacier water often used by field researchers, this ancient water proved incredibly salty and mineral-rich, offering insights into Earth's early chemistry. The water turns rusty orange when exposed to air due to its high iron content, demonstrating how environmental conditions can preserve chemical compositions for billions of years. The future of de-extinction. Scientists are making big advancements in bringing back extinct species using genetics and biotechnology. The Woolly Mammoth De-Extinction Project is one example, where researchers are combining ancient DNA with modern elephant genes to create cold-resistant hybrids. Similar efforts are underway for animals like the Tasmanian wolf, which disappeared in 1936 and exists now only through preserved specimens, meat and genetic material in museums. While scientists can recreate the physical appearance of these animals, it's much harder to bring back their instincts, behaviors, and sounds, since these were never fully recorded. These efforts go beyond science labs, raising questions about how these animals would fit into today's ecosystems and whether it's right to bring them back. New tools like CRISPR gene editing are making these projects more possible, and success could help with conservation and prevent more species from going extinct. As technology advances and new discoveries emerge, our understanding of natural preservation continues to evolve. Each finding provides new insights into Earth's history and the complex processes that have preserved ancient life through the ages. These discoveries not only illuminate the past, but also offer potential solutions for future challenges, from environmental conservation to biotechnology.